Hi, this is Andy Scott with North Shore Apartments. I'm walking into 918 Reba, number 2 South. This is a phenomenally bright apartment. I love the light in this apartment. It's a big one bedroom. The far room is the dining room. We're looking at the living room here. I think those windows are facing east. The solo window is facing south. Just a nice big one bedroom. Walk in a little bit, we see the bath, and then to the far right here is a sliver of the bedroom. Before we go further though, I want to show you the entry area. There's the front door. Behind the front door is an entry closet, which, I guess the light is out, is a big entry closet. If we look back, it's about 5 feet across by almost 3 feet deep, with a shelf and a hanging bar. So this is a surprisingly big entry closet. Okay, but we owe you a light bulb there. So from the entry closet, we walk into the living room. I'll just step back for a second as though we were going to the bathroom. This is the living room area. Easily 15 feet from me to the windows. Lots and lots of light. You can see 4 sconces on the wall, 3 sconces rather. So good lighting, beautiful blonde hardwood floors. If I walk to the windows, you'll be looking at the courtyard, which is a very pretty view. And you definitely are facing east here, which would make that south. And from the windows looking back, you see a sliver of the dining area, a big living room closet, and the beginnings of the bath. So let's go check out that closet before we go into the dining room. This is a nice wide closet, easily 6 feet across, but only about 1.5 feet deep. But you can definitely use it to hang clothes, and there's the hanging bar. And you have a nice shelf up there as well. From the closet, we'll look one more time at the living area, which is really a nice big area. The living room is contiguous with the dining room. The dining room is a smaller room, but still a substantial room. The wall across from us is probably 10.5 or 11 feet long, and the width is probably about 9 feet. So easily get a 6-person table. You can see it has a ceiling fan, which is super nice. If I walk towards the kitchen, I can give you a better look at the total space of the dining room. Again, the windows are facing the courtyard. You do have the ceiling fan, and it is contiguous with the living room. The kitchen is a nice big space as well. Ceramic tile floors. That window is facing west. You have lots of cabinets, nice clean stove, full-size dishwasher, full-size fridge, good storage space, and extra room over here, which you could easily use for a counter or a small table, which is really helpful. The back door goes to laundry and storage. Okay, let's check out the fridge, which is your standard fridge with freezer and top and shelves to the right. Underneath, we've got butter dish and shelves to the right, and what do you call it? I can't think of what those drawers are called, but they're down on the bottom. Some counter space, the dishwasher, twin stainless steel sink, and a full-size stove. Cabinets up above. The cabinets up above the fridge have no shelves, but are good space. And the cabinets above the counter are standard 2-foot cabinets with 3 shelves, and they are about 11 inches deep. And there's a couple of them. There's an outlet, and the other one is here. Oops, come on now, there we go, which is really nice. Underneath this counter area, which is big enough for a lot of things. You could easily put a Keurig in a microwave and some other stuff. But again, you have space to create more counter surface area. Nice big dishwasher, full size, clean, ready to be used. Twin stainless steel sinks, This building has good water pressure, so we go all the way to half and see it's good. You do have a hose attachment, draining beautifully. Underneath should be dry, and it is ready to be used. I'll just go like this so you know that both sinks drain beautifully. And again, you have that hose attachment for dishes. Nice clean stove. Very clean, really. Super clean. Underneath is the same, big oven, so that's really nice. Up above you have a nice stove hood with a fan, filter, and light, which is really great. You have a couple of these smaller cabinet areas, which is just open space. That would be the same for there, but the open space is very usable. And again, we have this space here between the back door and the dining room that can be used for additional counter space. The window is looking west into the backyards of your neighbors, which are nice neighbors. The door goes down to laundry and storage. And we'll just show you one more time the length of the kitchen, which is really pretty big. And it's wide enough so you can easily have a couple of 3, 4 people in here at a time, or create some extra surface area, like I said. Dining room is super nice, ceiling fan, big living room, super light, extra closet. And if we went straight, we'd be at the front door, but we're gonna go this way, where we get our first look, sort of look at the bedroom. And before we go into the bathroom, we have a nice additional closet. It's probably about 2 feet by about not quite 2 feet. Shelf, a hanging bar. It looks like we have an extra light bulb up there. The bath is super light, super clean. Ceramic tiles on the floor, a nice tank toilet. Nice outlets. I don't know, that must have been somebody's that they put in, but we're going to leave it there. Light fixture over the medicine cabinet, which is nice to have for sure. There's the medicine cabinet. Nice sink with a little storage underneath. Looks like we have a bar of soap. Let's go all the way to hot there. If you apply today, we'll throw in that bar of soap, which I'm kidding, we'll throw that away. Underneath is nice and dry. Good storage. And then the bath is separate. So here's a window. I think this is facing west also. Let's open this up. Oh, I can't. Yeah, that's facing west also. But you have tile in the backsplash, nice clean tile. But it's all the way around and up on top too, which will make this super easy to clean. The shower head's about 6'3" or 6'4", which is nice. And we have good water pressure. I think, where are we here? That's all the way to hot, but just in case, we'll go the other way. Well, it really doesn't matter. And you can hear the shower is really pouring out. And it's draining nicely. And again, I can go either way. The pressure is not diminished. So it's really a nice shower. Good water pressure, drains beautifully. Nice and bright too. You can see the glass is frosted and we're still getting a lot of light. So we'll come out. See the shower bars, and there's an extra light fixture lighting over the mirror. Very nice bath. And the last room is the bedroom, which is a nice sizable bedroom, easily big enough for a queen-size bed. Ceiling fan. This window will give us a good view of what we're looking at when I say we're looking west. These are beautiful homes here, so it's actually a very nice view there. Space here is, whoops-a-daisy, what happened? Oh my goodness, I'm going to keep talking in hopes that I bring it into focus here. Son of a gun. Well, you do have a ceiling fan. There we go. And there is a bedroom door I would say it's probably about 10 by 9, the room, which is certainly big enough for a queen size bed, but probably a king size bed would be a little too big. Nice sized closet, about 4 feet across, maybe 2 feet deep. Again, we have a hanging bar and a shelf. And if I go from the closet, boy, I'm having trouble in this room. There we go. We see the size of the bedroom, which is big enough for, like I say, a queen-size bed. End tables, and maybe a desk and a chair. Very pretty apartment, super natural light, which is really nice. Pretty bath, good water pressure. I love the living room, how bright this is, and the dining room, how bright that is. And that brings us back to the entry closet and the front door. Thanks for watching.